This just might be the only book you need as a young dentist or dental student. Let's get into it.
So what's up guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we're going to be talking about this book, Dentistry in a Nutshell. And this book was written by Dr. Nicola Gore, which, as you guys know, was my educational supervisor last year during my foundation training, and Dr. Rabia Mann as well. And when I started foundation training, Dr. Gore got me on board and allowed me to help out with kind of putting the book together as well. And today, Ali and I are just going to talk about some of the things that we like about the book and show you guys what's basically inside the book, because I know a lot of people have been asking us what the inside of the book looks like. So we thought it'd give you a good idea as to what to expect from the book.
And by the way, Dr. Gore is also my educational supervisor now this year, so I'm very proud, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it. It pretty much covers all topics in dentistry: dental emergencies, perio, endo, oral med, resto, crowns, bridges, dentures, and then in each chapter it goes into so much detail into each procedure that you want to do.
And that's why I think it's good for the young dentists or dental students, because sometimes we don't do procedures too often. So something like a post and core, I don't do that often. So I can revert back to the book the night before the procedure and just kind of know all the steps that are coming up the next day and kind of prepare myself mentally for that.
To be honest with you, this is probably actually something that I would carry with me to work, just in case there is something that pops up that I wasn't expecting. And obviously, because I don't have years of experience under my belt, I could just pop it out quickly, have a little quick flick through it, look at the procedure and be like, okay, cool, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, when we were making the book, the kind of concept we had was that this is something you have in your clinic, maybe in a drawer somewhere, and so you can always revert back to it. And then of course you take it home with you as well. And we kind of chose the A4 format because we're able to fit all these flow charts and pictures into it. And so it's easier to read rather than like a little handbook where we can't really put that many pictures in.
It kind of spaces it out a bit more nicely actually as well. So it makes it easier on the eyes when you're actually looking at such a long flow chart.
And if you have it by your side on clinic as well, there's always these flow charts and guidelines that you refer back to. For example, like the perio guidelines or the trauma guidelines, which have been summarized into tables. And so you can always go back to it. So when you're doing your perio diagnosis, you have the flow chart there to look at straight away without having to go on your computer, type up BSP perio guideline, and it just takes long basically.
Yeah, so let's say you actually had a trauma case, you'd open up the book and you can actually show your nurse the trauma grid, and she could copy that out on a piece of paper, for example, so she knows exactly what to fill in. And then let's say you've done your exam and you're not sure what the diagnosis will be. Again, you can refer to the flowchart for it to guide you. And then let's say you've forgotten how long you should splint for, you can refer back to the splinting page, and it actually tells you how long you should splint for and how long you should leave between your follow-ups.
So it's good because it summarizes all the information all in one place for you, so you can just flick through the pages and you're not stressed about having to go on Google, find out what the splinting times are or what the diagnosis is. It's all in one place, and that's the convenience of it.
Exactly, and it's all reliable as well, and I think that's what's important.
Yeah, all the information is actually peer-reviewed by specialists in each field, so you know you're getting reliable information at the end of the day.
So then again, another example which isn't really taught very commonly in dental school is immediate dentine sealing, or IDS. So the book takes you step by step from start to finish, and it also takes you through the advantages of why you're doing what you're doing, and also has photos so that you can kind of see what the end result will look like in the end. And if you're someone who hasn't done IDS before, then this is a great starting point.
So that was a quick summary of what you should expect from the book. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put it down in the comments below and we'll be more than happy to answer. If you guys are thinking of buying the book, we'll put a link for it in the description down below.
And if you guys found this video useful, make sure you subscribe and like the video, and hopefully we'll see you next week.